Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is your host, Raven Hecka. And today we're going to do a little chat, a little talk about the Kabbalion, the seven Hermetic principles by the three initiates. I love this topic because I think it addresses or can address or assist us on our path to self mastery. It will help you understand a lot, just not in your everyday life, but also in your spiritual life. Um, Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to channel for new content that will be coming out. I appreciate every last one of you. Let's get into it. So the three initiates speak about everything is in the mind. The universe is mental. The mind is all. You create out of chaos. That's what that says to me. You are the creator. You create um, your world. You are the manifestor. You are the architect, as they say. You are the creation. What are you trying to create? And how are you trying to create it? They say all the time, be careful what you speak about, right? Be careful what you keep tumbling in your mind, because you being the creator can bring that about. We want to make sure that we're cognizant of that. You may be wondering, like, man, why am I on this here constant roller coaster? Part of it could be is that you're constantly creating that roller coaster, you know, in your mind. So I think it's great for all of us to be cognizant of knowing that we are the architects, right? Because it's all in the mind first. Okay. Um, so the next one is correspondence. This is the second principle. That is listed in the Kabbalion by the three initiates. As above, so below, vice versa, as within, so without, vice versa. That to me also brings about the image of Baphomet, as well. That that too, the image of Baphomet speaks to me in one manner at least, of the um, seven Hermetic principles, is that when I am at that particular altar that I have Baphomet on, and especially even if I'm doing work with Baphomet or not, but it's there to remind me that I am what we just talked about, being the creator, and so above as below, without is within, you know. Is there to remind me. Remember, Baphomet sits on top of the world. It has the flame at the brow chakra, right? The flame is at the brow chakra. So that tells me that I am the one that's creating, right? It for me is a reminder, and you will see other correspondence with Baphomet as we go through. If you are familiar with the symbol image of Baphomet, you'll be able to recognize. That's how I see it. How you see it is up to you. That's the glorious thing, right? That's what's so cool and so great, that you can have your own opinion on some shit, right? Because that's what the second correspondence means to me, as above, so below. The creator, you're creating chaos, as above, so below, so within, so without, right? Okay, got it. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Now, at what speed does it vibrate? How fast does it vibrate? And what's the amplification of that vibration? That's important, especially when we're talking about our what? Ritualistic work. When we're doing, placing our intent into our work, when we are doing our invocations, when we are saying things within that sacred space, what are we trying to do with it? With that vocal vibration, what are we trying to do? Or that mental vibration, maybe you can't speak out, but you can do it all in the mind. So what is that vibration? What is that you're carrying forth, right? So if everything is vibrating and nothing rests, what are you trying to do with that energy? So this is why I like the um, 7 Hermetic principle. That's why every now and then I would go back and revisit, simply because as we are doing multiple things and growing on our path to self-mastery, it's always a good reminder, a good refresher on, placing things in its right perspective, I guess you can say, or just making sure that I am doing what I need to do to have the results that I need to get, not what someone thinks I may need, whatever their opinion may be or assumptions may be, but for me, what it is for me. So I have to make sure, and then you go in there, since we're talking about mentalism and correspondence, right? So you make sure you're going into it with the correct frame of mind as well, with the correct frame of mind. And I say correct because you can be doing something to remove something and you need that type of energy. You could be doing something to come bring to you and you need that type of energy, right? So that's why I said the correct way. You don't want to try to bring something to you and you're angry, right? That doesn't make any sense. Those are opposites, and we're going to get into that. Here we go. Polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has duality. Everything has its opposites, right? I may like animals, you may not. That's opposite. Everything has duality, right? Um, Masculine and feminine is a duality. We all have it. Everything has its duality. There's nothing that doesn't. Look, you can't work your computer without it having opposites. Because you got a negative and you have a positive. You wouldn't be able to use your electricity, right? So everything has its opposites. Everything is the same. Water is water, whether it's frozen or it's piping hot. Those are just polar opposites of one another. So again, when I was speaking about, what are we trying to manifest as you being the creator, the architect, bringing order out of chaos? You're doing that. Excuse me, you're doing that. No one else is doing that, right? So what are you utilizing to make sure that whatever it is coming about, right? So what pole are you utilizing for your manifestation, right? So again, we have to make sure that it's a great idea to be aligned properly uh, to the work or things that we're trying to bring about in whatever life, whatever, whatever, whatever life, right? So that's the principle of polarity. You know, everything has its pair of opposite. And now we're going to get into what rhythm. Everything flows. So we just went through vibration, polarity, which is to me also have to do with vibration, because something is super cold to super hot. Hot, we're seeing bubbles, bubbles, bubbles going. So the principle of rhythm, everything flows in and out. Everything has its tides. Everything has its rise and fall. Some days you're good, some days you're not so good. So some days you can really feel great and make a lot of money. Some days your business may be a little stagnant. What else is something else to that regard? We speak about mood swings, which is a polarity on that too, but it moves in rhythms, right? Every day you're not around here laughing and kicking. If you're laughing and kicking every day, all day, and I'm raising all my eyebrows up, not one eyebrow, both of them. I'm like, and it's the same thing, right? If you are in a negative state or depressive state, you know, you can have that tide almost be stagnant. That fall can take, a long time to come back if you stay there too long. So that's the principle of rhythm to me by the three initiates. Everything is flowing. Everything has its ups and downs, right? I mean, everything. I mean, your relationships with your children, it's not always all peachy keen. They may be mad at you. Sometimes you might be mad at them sometimes, right? Um, so there you go. Everything is just a rhythm, and it's going to correspond to your state of mind, right? And your intent is going to inflict on that vibration and that rhythm on how fast things come in and out, rise and fall. Okay, so that is the principle of rhythm. And we're going to go to what's next, guys. You know it, cause and effect, right? You can throw a brick at someone's window, and the effect of that could be jail time. You can't throw a brick at someone's window and expect that nothing is going to happen, right? You just can't do that. Something there's an effect for something that you have caused. So that is key to understand. A typo, please disregard. I don't know why, how that even happened. Please disregard. Type it in the dark, most likely. Everything happens according to law. Everything happens according to law. What they call them, the universal laws, right? When they speak about karma, this is something that they speak about. You just can't be doing bad all the time and expect good, right? That you just can't, or something like they say, that a person, oh, that person has just been, they're just such a good person. I don't know what they could have did for that to happen. Every cause is nothing. I think, let me get it right. Causation is also another example of, is it here? It's in one of them. So excuse me, guys. Causation. Also, you just don't know the reason of the cause, but it happened, not just happenstance, right? Luck. You know what I mean? Luck is not luck. Something happened to bring that about. We just don't know what that is automatically. But there is a reason. Something brought that about. Something, you just don't recognize it. So but it still happens to law. Okay. Okay. I'm going to change the screen because I can't stand my own typo. Okay. Gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. All planes. What is all planes of our existence? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, right? It manifests on all planes. You can say, oh, that person is just so overly emotional. And when they say things like that, they're mostly speaking from a feminine principle. Oh, that person is just so easy, egotistical. That person is this, and they're speaking from a masculine, or they may be just too logical, right? So they may be saying that person is more of a masculine, operating from a masculine principle. But everything has what we already learned, duality, which has what? Masculine and feminine principles. That's just duality. That is just masculine and feminine, two opposite ends of polarity. You guys, you see how this stuff works? You see how it just all ties in, and they operate on different vibrations as well, right? So feminine, they may say it's a softer vibration, right? They say a masculine may be a more forceful vibration, right? We're just speaking of, not going into nothing else but what is considered masculine and feminine here, guys. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. So that's that on the principle of gender. Everything has it. We're not speaking about, again, double X's and YX chromosomes, because again, that kills, to me, all arguments. But everything, we all have masculine and feminine principles within us, or then we want to be operating in the universal laws. Okay. And that is it. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in the 7 Hermetic Principles. I'm Raven Hecka, your host, and I hope you come back to the channel for more content. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when there's new content on the channel. I also have a podcast. It's called Raven's Fireside Chat Podcast, where I just chat it out about any and everything, but a lot to do with self mastery, things in regards to that, because it's my thoughts that most of us understand that's what we're here for on one end of the spectrum or another. We all are trying to serve our greater good, whatever that may look like to each and every one of us. Yeah. So again, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Raven out. Take care, everyone. Stay safe.